the city lights to the country blue, Woody and Lou got the sports for you. From Boston streets to Kentucky's fields, get ready, folks, for the thrill it yields. Woody and Lou, sports and you, talking games, we love it's true. Every play, every score, let's dive in, it's time for more. Lacing up the boots and calling plays, debates and laughs for all the days. From Fenway Park to Derby Run, sports talk magic just begun. Woody Lou, sports and you, sideline stories coming through. Every cheer, heartbeat soar, tune in now, we'll give you more. Celtics screams to Wildcats roar, touchdowns, goals, and so much more. Grab a seat, enjoy the ride, Woody Lou right by your side.
The views expressed by the hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Department of Defense, the U.S. government, or any of its agencies. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. No attorney-client relationship is formed by providing this information, and nothing herein should be relied upon as legal counsel. For legal advice specific to your situation, please consult a qualified attorney.
All right, Braxton, we are live.
Love that set.
For episode 12, we definitely did not attempt to do episode 12 yesterday. This is our first show in, I want to say, almost 9 weeks.
Yeah, it's almost been 2 months. This is definitely version 1 of episode 12. First crack at episode 12. So make sure in the comments, it's been a long time since we've done a show. So if you notice any video or audio issues, just let us know, because we strive to give you the best quality content. So just let us know if we need to tighten anything up, because again, we haven't done a show in 2 months.
And we also don't have a producer. I think we should bring that up. Not more on producer Colin later. I think we should discuss producer Colin right now, Braxton.
Yeah, producer Colin's time is now. We've been pushing him off to the side. Producer Colin's officially fired. He's out. Because, this is the first time doing episode 12, but if it wasn't the first time doing episode 12, there should be no issues going live, because we have producer Colin. Producer Colin claims to really work hard at his job. But after just some recent things, and some might argue that our 2-month hiatus was due to producer Colin's lack of ability to communicate, I think he's officially cut off. And we ran this through our legal department, and no severance. This was for cause.
Yes, for cause. He will be getting no basically severance benefits, or entitled to any pay or benefits on the contract that he agreed to with Woody Lou Sports and You. That's correct, Braxton. Not a legal podcast.
Not a legal podcast. But I'm pretty sure when we did make this show, we did enter some contracts. We made sure the 3 criteria were met. I think it's 3 criteria, not a lawyer. And I don't know if he's led up to any of those criteria that we laid out in the beginning of the show.
No, producer Colin spent most of his time down at the most wonderful place on earth, Orlando, Disney World, and did not produce much of any Woody Lou Sports and You live episodes.
For someone with a 3-year-old and a newborn, golfed a lot. I mean, he found time to hit the course. I mean, for someone with a lot of responsibilities, he was finding time to golf.
That got pretty personal. Enough bashing on producer Colin. That sounds like you have some professional issues with our favorite producer Colin. Got the chat going. Miss Amy Lewis, thank you, commenting me on this nice University of Kentucky shirt, which I think is a great segue into our first topics, Braxton. Life updates.
Yeah, so first time seeing you wear that shirt, Dan. It looks good on you. It looks really clean. Life update. So, I haven't seen each other in so long. I haven't talked about it. Last episode, we talked about me going to Boston with the family. Did not make it to Boston. That was agreed upon prior to departure with Kaylee. We decided our LOA was going to be New York City. So we packed up, just me and her. Drove to D.C. We spent 2 nights in Old Town D.C. We got to see the White House, the monument, all the people protesting, the big, beautiful bill, some are calling it. The
BBB.
A lot of opinions in D.C. We got to go to Arlington, which was really, really cool and really heavy. So that was great. From there, we drove up to New Jersey. Got to spend a night in New Jersey. Took the train to New York City. A couple nights in New York City. We got to go to Broadway. We saw all the things. The coolest thing we did, Dan, I think the highlight of our trip was, and Kaylee's a big Fox News girly. So 4th of July in New York City, Chris Jansen was performing a concert during Fox and Friends. So we took an Uber up to the Fox News studio up there by Radio City, and we got to go sit, 3 rows back, and I saw a full Chris Jansen concert.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty fun. I am disappointed. This is the first I'm hearing of you not making it up to Boston after we had that episode talking about the must-sees, but hopefully
next time.
Yeah, next time. Hopefully I'll be residing in Boston when you decide to make that trip, and I can host you and show you all of my favorite locations and some of the real fun local establishments that the Center of the Universe has to offer.
No, it was a great trip. Difficult trip to take with a pregnant wife in the middle of the summer. She got some miles on her feet that she didn't deserve or necessarily need. We worked through that. New Jersey was great. The town of New Jersey we were at is awesome. I really like New Jersey. It gets a bad rep. Got to go down to North Carolina. That was fun. We made it back home. One interesting note, Dan, and I don't want to tell myself. I owe every state that we traveled through money right now. The tolls are every state that we drove through all the way to New York City. I owe each of those states money through tolls.
Oh, yeah. You didn't have an Easy Pass?
I'm scared to death to log into the Easy Pass and pay that. I told Kaylee she's to handle it. Yeah. So hopefully she handles that, because I do not want to get taken in for not paying a toll the next time I'm in Maryland or Baltimore or wherever we're at. But that's a Kaylee task. We made clear establishments.
How many bridges did you go over? Because that's where they really hit you, is the bridge tax. Yeah.
Too many. We got told in North Carolina, told in Virginia, told in Maryland for sure going over. We went over a bridge going to New Jersey in Baltimore, and then a different bridge going through La Plata, Maryland, back into Virginia. 2 different bridges from Virginia to Maryland. And then in New Jersey, the Turnpike, multiple stops in New Jersey, we got hemmed up. And the thing is, I ran out of cash. And when you drive
wait. You're not doing the fly. You still pay cash at a toll booth?
So I still went through the cash toll booths, and if I didn't have the cash, they were giving me the pay later ticket. And that's where I'm concerned. It says you have 5 days to pay. I don't think we've paid yet, because Kaylee said she was taking it. I don't think we've gotten it.
Yeah, no, that's I can't believe that you don't have one of the transponders to just do boom, boom, boom.
So Kaylee's dad has Easy Pass because they're in Florida, and he added, my truck is on her dad's Easy Pass.
So it should read your plates.
But we were in Kaylee's car, and we did not have the thought to get it added to his account for the discounts. So we owned that one. We accepted it.
Yeah, you got to take that one on the chin there.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some. Other than that, man, go ahead. Keep going.
No, it was good. Other than that, it was a great trip. I'm really interested to hear about your transition to Nashville.
Yeah, well, I'll get into that and behind the UK golf shirt, but we do have some great action in the chat right now. Sure. We got Troopa Mac, who is saying that he would love to go to Boston. Him and some of his homies, they want to hit all the baseball fields, and they can't wait to go. Troopa Mac, Fenway Park, it's the chapel. It's absolutely incredible. Hopefully the Sox will play better when you're there. They're getting beat down pretty bad right now by the Phillies. Not too confident in them post All-Star break with the 10th inning loss last night, and then Cubs taking 2 of 3. But if you want some tips for Boston, Woody Lou Sports and you, hit us up on our socials. And then we have Gavin, also potentially producer Gavin. I know that offer still stands. Is that true, Braxton?
It still stands.
He's asking us about the WNBA All-Star Game on Saturday. And I do have a few words to say about that. So we'll get into that.
Can we get into that?
After my life update.
Okay.
So
I love that topic.
That's a great topic. So yes, I am now located in Nashville, Tennessee, PCS, out to Middle Tennessee, Kentucky. Got to furnish the studio a little bit more, bit serial killer vibes with these plain walls. But no, very excited to be here. Sad to leave Savannah, but Nashville is incredible. Haven't got to spend too much time out, but I did make it out for July 4th weekend, and it was an incredible time on Broadway.
Broadway's great. I'm sure your pocketbook has not recovered from the $12 Michelob Ultras.
I was actually very surprised by how expensive very, very cheap alcohol was. It hurt, and I did not know I was in New York City Broadway. I thought that Tennessee would not hurt the wallet so bad, but heard about all of their entertainment district taxes and all the taxes. So I guess you're not paying income tax. You gotta pay somewhere else.
My $18 Stella Artois at Broadway, I can attest to those prices. I mean, Nashville, they have to keep the lights on. They're expanding all the bachelorette troops. When you think about it, it pays for themselves because you get those group of girls down there, and they might be on their fiance's card or their daddy's knows. Like they're just sending it, and they're getting those beers. They're not worried about it. And God forbid they get a $20 like a vodka Sprite or something. They're really in trouble.
Yeah, I can see how that happens. Thankfully, not yet. Have not bought any rounds of drinks for bachelorette parties, but I'm sure
that's going to come.
That will happen.
I can't wait until you do, because you will immediately text me and say I'm an idiot. Or I'll get the facepalm emoji and be like,
yeah.
They left immediately after. Hopefully not. I hope it works out for you, but that'll be a fun time.
I hope so too. So yeah, let's get into it. We got some good topics. I'm happy to get the life update. It's great to see you, Braxton. And again, we hope to now be on a more routine basis, providing the award-winning Woody Lou Sports and you listeners with content. We do plan on recording at least weekly, both on YouTube Live and on Spotify.
And I'll tell you this, Kaylee has committed to, and she has all this time on her hands because she's not busy at all with all of her kids being a great mom. I'm joking. She said she has volunteered that she would try to do cap cut for us. Trooper Mac is in the chat. I know he used to slice up some Call of Duty Warzone clip. So maybe Trooper Mac can send Kaylee a text on some
how to. This would be great. Get producer Gavin and social media Trooper Mac.
I mean, yeah, Trooper Mac, he'd get us on TikTok. He'd have to use his account because I can't get TikTok. But
I also cannot use TikTok. So that would be.
And it makes sense that we pull people from the chat to do our work because it's Woody Lou Sports and you. Because there's a third person in this equation. This is a threesome, if you will.
Yes.
So, we'll take anybody. I don't want to put all the work on Kaylee because she does enough already, but I would love for someone to help out with that. At least give us the chat GPT answer on how to do it.
All right, you ready to get into it? I would love to start, not one of our ticker topics, but I would love to start with the WNBA All-Star Game on Saturday.
Okay, so I'll start off with what I know.
Okay.
I know that there was 2 teams.
Yes.
One team was Team Clark for
Correct.
Caitlin Clark, and there was another team.
Team Collier, yes.
And I think when you start the conversation, I'm impressed you knew that. Obviously, there's a star in the WNBA. She is the Michael Jordan, LeBron James of the WNBA. No one's arguing. If you argue that, I don't know anything about WNBA, but I know you can argue that.
I mean, maybe in popularity, but not skill. She's awesome, and she's doing a lot of great things for young girls. Yes.
I I know those were two teams that played in the All-Star game. And I know that before the game, they wore shirts that said, "Pay us what we deserve."
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear your opinions first, so I know kind of like what direction we're going to take this before I comment.
So that, yes, the equal pay, and it's a hot button issue across sports, and when you have leagues by sex, and what, like, pay us what you owe us. That's a loaded question. That's what they were going for. When this was an article that I read after the All-Star game. When you peel back the books and look at the WNBA's revenue, they were running a deficit, I want to say, in the ballpark of 40 to 41 million. And as a lot of people know, WNBA is largely propped up by the NBA and the NBA's revenues. So if taken literally, pay us what you owe us, those WNBA players would be receiving a bill, much like you, from your tolls to pay
to be there.
I want to say $246,000
a player
per player.
Wow.
So
I'll say this, because I see the route you're taking. I'll take that route too, the high road. With NIL right now with the rev sharing. So they passed the rev sharing for NIL, trying to police up how much money you can give people technically, legally. Each school is getting $21 million. Each school is allocating that $21 million across their programs. It's widely believed that your typical Power 4 program who has the typical big sports are going to be giving college football, which is their moneymaker, around anywhere from 12 to 15 million. Their men's basketball team, the next bigger chunk, that could range from 2 to 5 million. And then your women's basketball, baseball, volleyball, the rest. And I would argue no one's arguing that's how the money is going to be divvied up. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And the reason they're divvying it up that way is because that is the order of succession of who brings the university money. And when you talk about finances, don't have feelings. Money doesn't really care about who you are and what moves the ticker. It's money. And like same lines of what you're saying. Like when you just are realistic about what brings in money, it doesn't. And I'm a girl dad, so like I'm all for them getting opportunities. But I mean, it's now the typical WNBA player that you and I can't name, who's like the seventh woman on a team. She's probably not getting ad deals, and she's probably making like $60,000 a year playing basketball. On the inverse, your Caitlin Clarks or Kelsey Plumes, that's a person? Kelly Plume.
Yep.
They're making their whatever salary, probably ranging from $200. Like I think Caitlin Clark right now, because she's on a rookie deal, is $80,000. But say like once she gets out her rookie deal, I don't know, say she's making $200,000, which is a great living. They got Nike endorsements, Adidas. They have shoe deals. They have commercials. They have other things.
Yeah. A lot of them are still playing overseas.
Their Instagrams are playing overseas in the off season. I get it, but it's also not act like they're getting paid pennies on the dollar, because they're getting to play a sport at the end of the day. And I understand that the men are getting paid more. The men are getting paid more because just there's such a built-in history of that. It just is what you can't change. Right now, you can't change it. Maybe in 100 years, if the WNBA continues on their glide path of getting more Caitlin Clarks, it will intertwine itself in society more.
Yeah.
But men's sports are just so deep-rooted in society that it really just is what it is. And that might be a bad answer, but
and Trooper Mac is weighing in on that as far as the NBA side, and he's saying as an NBA fan, WNBA is trash and just simply not entertaining. It's a fundamental and excitement for me, and it's like watching Roblox versus Call of Duty. I don't disagree. However, I will counter too that the NBA, with like the statistics and the nerds and the 3-pointers, like the NBA is not really that fun to watch either that much these days.
Not until the playoffs.
Yes.
Playoffs are awesome.
Yeah.
Now, and I'll say this in fairness. people are NBA fans, and I don't know, you can't really quantify this because it's the NBA, for using basketball as the example. It has deep history. Most of the teams have been there a very long time. Obviously, you've had teams pop up or relocate. They're intertwined in the society. The WNBA, really the majority of their fans are friends, family, people with invested interest within the organization. So, I mean, because what are they average attendance-wise? I don't want to speak like wrong, but I can imagine an average game, a Tuesday night game without Caitlin Clark in the arena, they're probably getting anywhere from 8,000 to 12,000 tops.
Well, I think
That might be
12,000 is high.
Okay.
No, yeah. Well, here, let's we'll ask our producer
I'll let you put that up, and
ChatGPT.
I'll keep ripping.
Yeah.
In saying that, the WNBA might not be. It's not entertaining compared to the NBA because it's a level of athlete. But if my daughter played in WNBA, I'd be the biggest Sparks fan you've ever seen. That's because I have an invested interest in it. I'm not going to seek it out on my own personally.
So this is actually ChatGPT is awesome. No free ads. Pre Caitlin Clark, 2023, the average game was 6,615 fans per game. Attendance soared in 2024 to an average of 9,807 fans per game.
And that's just the reality of it. It really just is what it is. And I'll say this so people don't get the wrong idea about who I am. I'm not a misogynist or sexist. Like, I would argue I enjoy watching like women's USA soccer more than men's USA soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why I would say that? Because comparatively to their competition, they are superior. It's more enjoyable to watch, in my opinion. Christian was a Pulisic. He's kind of electric, but outside of that, like, I like USA women's soccer. So it's not a one size fits all.
Right,
WNBA, they're in a weird way right now, and I don't understand going away from the numbers and the finances.
Mm-hmm.
They're shooting themselves in the foot because you get Caitlin Clark, who everyone universally across gender lines agrees is a phenomenal athlete and generational talent, and it's like they're trying to oust her. What did I just say that was wrong?
Do you know what her 3-point percentage is this season?
She's been hurt.
Okay. But
they're trying to oust her, and she's
yes, she's getting absolutely hammered every single game, just abused. I do agree with that.
And the last thing I'll say on the All-Star game, we can go away from WNBA, is did you see the press conference when Kelsey Plum talked about how they had like all the players had the meeting about the pay thing, and she like tattletaled on Team Clark and was like they weren't really a part of it. Like, you can't do catty stuff like that and try to get buy-in on a cause.
Yeah.
They still wore the shirt. Caitlin wore the shirt. Like, there's no reason to do that.
Yeah, I agree. They're not helping themselves at all, which is, I think, from like, your average sports fan, it's like, why would I watch this product when
It becomes
they don't
low-hanging
support
fruit.
each other? And I will say this, hopefully one last thing on this, is like, I think that there is a market for women's basketball, because you look at the NCAA women's tournament and they were getting, record numbers of television for these big games. And it was compelling, the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese rivalry. I mean, that was electric, and that was a lot of fun. And they were going back and forth with each other. And shades of Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. And yes, there's that racial undertone to it. I don't think we can avoid that, but it was Larry and Magic that saved the NBA in the late 70s and early 80s.
When Gino was at his peak at UConn, people are tuning into that.
Mm-hmm.
And now USC, with their coach, South Carolina type, like, yeah, you're right. Like women's college basketball, I think, is in the best spot it's been in probably ever.
Yeah.
And it's good. Kentucky's women's basketball just hired a great coach, and they're back in the fold, and everyone loves it. So it's on the up. It's weird to see the trajectory of college on the up and then WNBA kind of going low.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So I think enough on the fever son at Tea Garden in Massachusetts. The day before was the Coldplay concert. Other companies, I think no, we're 25 minutes in.
It sound just bad across the board, chat.
Static. Oh no.
We can't catch it.
Oh, we can't get a break. Go to our least favorite technical difficulty. Oh, good now. Thank you, Trooper Mac. All right.
Man.
Hopefully we're back. Now static again. Oh no.
What'd you do?
I'm not doing anything.
Where's producer Gavin at?
All right. We're gonna go to technical difficulty.
I got a now good.
We are back live. Sorry about that.
We're back on.
To our award-winning Woody Lou Sports and You listeners. Hopefully that solved our sound issue. We're not quite sure why this is going on, but static.
I got feedback that potentially when you're typing on your laptop, it's causing static. Maybe there's some.
Okay. Well, I'll stop doing that.
Apparently, it was good right before you went to technical difficulty. It fixed itself.
Okay.
I don't have anything near my computer. I'm free. I've done nothing.
That's right, Gavin. First show. Ever heard crazy bad static like that? Yeah.
This is a first time occurrence for us.
This has not happened before.
I don't know.
You sound good right now.
Sound good right now?
Okay, don't touch anything, Braxton.
I'm not touching anything.
No, I'm not touching anything either.
We're good? Chat saying we're good?
Chat saying we're good.
Is chat trolling us? Was that a troll?
No, it was your wife.
Did you ever watch Big Cat back during COVID when he'd play NCAA 14?
Yeah, it's very funny.
And they would say no audio.
Yeah.
Are we getting no audio right now? Or are we good?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay, so can we talk about Coldplay, or are we gonna get cut off for static?
We're getting double A-OK. Don't
Spotify
touch.
listeners are gonna love this piece.
I'll cut it.
Okay, so Coldplay, great transition, by the way. I'm gonna talk until you tell me not to.
No, you keep talking.
Okay, so a couple things. Gillette Stadium. When you talk about Gillette Stadium in a concert, there's only one concert you see at Gillette Stadium. That's Kenny Chesney. Number two, apparently Coldplay does this all the time when they do the Kiss Camps. If you are a CEO based out of New York and you're going to Boston with your mistress, first off, not condoning affairs. You should not have an affair. You shouldn't have a mistress. Especially
alleged mistress.
Alleged mistress. If you're married with kids, you should be married with kids, not with a mistress. Be that as it may, as soon as you see someone else pop on the screen with their significant other, and you are cuddled up with your mistress, alleged mistress, you cut sling load immediately, and you stand next to each other like innocent bystanders. Okay, so that's what you should do. Well, you shouldn't be there in the first place, but that's what you do in that situation. Now, if you decide not to move from your position of cuddling and it goes screen on you, you got to full commit. That's a full commit. Own it. Act like it's just another, concert with your significant other. You got to roll the dice. Maybe that'd be a wake-up call for you to go back to your phone, call your spouse, explain to them that you've been unfaithful. It's time to move on. Acting like you got shot, you got sniped from across Gillette, and going down is not the play. It makes it so much worse.
Yeah, and that's exactly in the chat. We got Trooper Mac saying they only got caught because of the reaction. Kaylee bumped that. Yeah, that was so bad. They looked like they just hands in a cookie jar, and
and it's the worst possible positions in the company to be having an affair when you're the CEO and the head of personnel. Beyond that, do you think there's like a complex when you're like a successful CEO and you have a beautiful wife and children and you have all this money that you just get bored and like you just needed some type of excitement? What forces you to?
I mean, the other part too, Braxton. I don't know if this has been broached by the other thousands of talking heads that have been all over this viral moment, but obviously from their reaction, definitely a secret. But how do we know they're not part of the Pineapple Club?
I mean,
probably not.
I feel like to be part of the Pineapple Club, his spouse or their spouses should have been there as well. I think that's part of the gig.
Yeah, that's true too.
I don't think the Pineapple Club extends to like exclusive relationships. I think part of the whole thing is like you're both participating at the same time. I think that's part of it. I don't know. I'm not a pineapple guy, but I think that's true.
That's true. That's a good point. No, it was.
It takes four to tango,
Yeah, exactly. It was very damning. And yeah, but it was how quickly they dived out of there, or he dove out of there, and then she just kind of turned around, and that camera just stayed.
My favorite was the girl who was just dying laughing. That they kind of panned on, and her jaw was just on the floor, and she was just like, her face went, beet red. That was my favorite part of the whole thing. I don't know if she knew anything. I don't know if she worked with them or knew them, or she was just like, this is awkward. But
Chad is saying that the VP of HR was the girl smiling and laughing on that video. So the woman, she was the chief people officer. So yeah, that was her boss. That was right next to her.
Talk about having leverage in a position. That leverage is gone now, obviously. But she had a lot of leverage right there up until they got caught, because she could have held that over her head for a while, assuming that she knew both parties were married, or at least one party was married.
And do we know if it was an ongoing thing? Like, it seems like it was a work trip to the concert, and maybe it was just in that moment when the CEO and the chief people officer got maybe a few drinks. He did have a big fistful of boob, so that
I can't go to the grocery store without Kaylee knowing. So I'm trying to figure out how he pulled off a Boston Coldplay weekend.
Well, he probably as a company outing.
Okay, that's fair. But what an idiot.
I think that's yeah. The consensus is one idiot.
Bless his heart. Bless her heart. It's embarrassing, because everything that he built up and worked hard to build up, now he's going to be known as the guy who got caught cheating on his wife at Coldplay.
I mean, this will be out of the public consciousness.
It lingered a while though.
Yeah, it was impressive. I have to, give kudos where kudos are due to your social media keyboard investigators, how quickly they saw that clip and determined exactly who these two were.
But the clip, and again, like Trooper Max said, the clip would have never went anywhere if they would have just. What are you going to do? Like share a clip of two people being normal at a concert? No, you're going to show the guy who like act like he just got hit.
And Chris Martin, he in the moment announced it perfectly. Either they're having an affair or just very shy.
He started play-by-playing it.
Yeah.
He got play-by-played. That's terrible.
Oh, it was so good. It was. I was so invested. So I was on leave last week, and I was back home in Boston, and I was very invested in that story. I thought it was the funniest thing.
It's just embarrassing. I really feel bad for the spouses and the kids.
Yeah, the families. It's yeah. To have basically, your life crumble before you as a family, go viral. That is upsetting.
It's terrible. It's terrible. That's really all I got on Coldplay. I'm sitting here watching your Red Sox try to do something in the bottom of the eighth, and it's not looking good.
I don't even know. I was listening to them on the radio, and they were Bryce Harper stole home. I don't know if you saw that, but Bryce Harper stole home, and after that happened, I'm done for the night.
That really just leads me to we're in the dog days of summer. So is it still baseball season or is it football season? Because we're starting to report back to training camp. And it's weird for me because baseball is like my favorite sport to play, and I love the game of baseball. But there's something about football that it just gets the juices on. We just had CC media days, training camp starting to rear back up. It gets me going.
Yeah. Truly, the dog days of summer, like the post, because you get to the All-Star break, everyone's excited for the All-Star break. This All-Star game, the new twist with the swing off, that was awesome. Pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, like late July, August, if your team's in it, it's baseball season. But if your team is not,
the Braves are not in it.
We got training camp starts in a matter of days, right?
Yeah, I think the Buccaneers had guys reporting today. It depends on the team when they have rookies and different position groups report. I know. So the Titans, they released today. The Titans are doing like an in-house Hard Knocks on YouTube. I think a lot of teams do this. They just dive into the documentary style stuff on YouTube. I watched the Titans episode today, and I'll be honest, Dan. I've been on the fence. The comments I made about Cam Ward. As soon as
Levis is out, Levis is done.
So as soon as we found out that we got the number one pick, I think this might have been before we even had a show. I told you guys. Yeah, I told the group chat that if the Titans draft Cam Ward number one overall, I'm no longer a fan.
You were talking about Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur was luckily he proved that he wasn't an NFL quarterback. But it then when the writing was on the wall that it was going to be Cam Ward, I said the same thing. There was no quarterback in this draft class that we should have been drafting for. I thought Will Levis was serviceable enough. We'll get into that in a second. But I thought Will Levis was serviceable enough where you could go in free agency and get a serviceable enough quarterback with the pieces we have around them, and then the equity you would gain by trading back with all of the Giants, the Saints, etc., that you would be able to position yourself to where you have enough capital and then goodwill going into the next 3 years to really build something. I said I was going to jump ship. They draft Cam Ward. I haven't officially jumped ship. I watched the video today. I don't know if my opinion changed because I'm starting to think that it's not so much Cam Ward. I don't think I like Brian Callahan, our head coach. He seems like a very pompous individual who really believes that he knows ball because he had one good run with Joe Burrow as the offensive coordinator with Zach Taylor. But he hasn't necessarily done anything. He has not proved himself on his own laurels. His dad's a longtime offensive line coach. He brings him onto the team. And when he does interviews, whenever he talks and you see him on the sideline, he's just so stern and aggressive. And I get why you have to be, but it comes off-putting to me in some degree. But I watched the documentary today, and I saw some things I like. Jeffrey Simmons is still he's just an ass. I love it. But we had a guy retire today. Will Levis announced that he's having season-ending surgery. He's trying to position himself for a job for next year somewhere else. I don't know what I'm going to do. And the reason I don't know what I'm going to do is because I get FOMO.
Yes.
And the idea of jumping ship and then Cam Ward goes out and gets us like 7 or 8 wins and looks great this year. And there might be something like, or if he pulls like a Jaden Daniels rookie campaign.
I don't think that's going to happen, but
I don't think it's going to happen. But if it did, I like to lay it all on the line. If it did happen, I mean, I would never get over it if I had jumped ship.
No, but my understanding was that you are going all in on the Bucks, and you're a Bucks fan.
So you want to know what I've been doing about the Bucks, Dan? I'm a psycho.
That's been well established.
This is LeVar Ball. This is Big Baller Braxton.
Oh my God!
I don't know
Braxton Ball.
I mentioned YouTube, great platform that we're on today. The Buccaneers have done their own series where they have gone back to like 1964, and they've made documentaries of each season. So, like the story of the Bucks, 1982. So, like at nighttime when Kaylee falls asleep, I'll get on my phone and I started at the beginning, and so I didn't go back all the way into the 70s, 80s. I started at 2000.
Oh, so you're not like me going back to 1954 at Daytona Beach.
No, not 1954 Daytona. But I started at 2000. I thought 25 years of history would get me spun up. Considering I was born in 97, I could skip the first 3 years of my life. I'm on the cusp of Gruden getting hired and some good things happening for the organization. But I watched each year at night. I'm progressing. So I'm preparing. I'm setting conditions, if you will, to make the transition, but I haven't decided.
I mean, that's incredible. I love that they did that going back for the entire history of the franchise. What are the odds
they did that just for me? Because they just started uploading them like 2 months ago. It's almost like they knew. Because me, if I'm going to commit to it, I got to know about it.
Yes.
So I couldn't just willy-nilly be like, oh, they got Baker Mayfield. He's cool. I couldn't just do that. So they upload.
Check this out. This sounds awesome.
Oh, it's awesome. It's like it's better than any NFL films documentary.
I would say like I'm kind of, as far as like my NFC team it might be the Bucks. Like they took Brady, he got his 7th Super Bowl. Gronkowski. I'm very interested in this series.
So not a super historical team. 2 Super Bowls. I love Coach Gruden.
Historically bad team. Before Tony Dungy.
I watch all of Gruden's videos on YouTube. I think best Barstool hire ever made. So it wouldn't be like me saying, hey, I'm going to be a fan of the Chiefs, right? I don't think anyone would really bat an eye. I'm not going same division. It's like I would like to be a Jacksonville fan because they got Liam Cohen, but I'm not doing that. Obviously, same division. But switch to NFC. I don't like any other teams in NFC South. It would make sense. It's a team where me and Kaylee could go watch.
Yep.
They're 5 hours away. I don't know. I'm really torn. torn.
In the chat, we got Mr. Chris Lewis. He's saying we got room on America's team.
He's a Cowboys fan. And that's the reason I was a Redskins fan for a long time as a child, just to spite him. Sean Taylor.
Wow.
Yeah,
just to spite your father.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's not even a serious recommendation, the Cowboys side.
And then you also mentioned you and Kaylee driving down to Tampa to watch Bucks games.
We could.
She thinks that she's committed to the Bills.
Here's a problem.
That's a lot of tolls driving up from Savannah to upstate New York.
That's a great transition. I'm glad Kaylee's listening. I was going to bring up before she said that. So this is how synced up me and my wife are. I love her so much. Do you know who's hosting Hard Knocks this season?
It's the Bills. Is it Giants?
The Bills.
Oh, it is.
They revised the rules for it to be the Bills. And this is why I knew this was going to be a problem, because Kaylee also knows I'm in transition, and she's been a free agent every season. She's on a 1-year contract. So when we watch Hard Knocks with the Giants, Kaylee had the biggest crush on the Giants GM. Fell in love with the guy. and she wanted to be a Giants fan. I don't know if it was the GM or Daniel Jones. I think it was the GM because I convinced her Daniel Jones was the
Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cold Cuts.
No, it wasn't him. It was Daniel Jones in the GM. His name's slipping me right now. Jim Scione, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So she's like, maybe we should be Giants fans. I was like, we shouldn't be Giants fans. But now I'm concerned. I'm in transition. She watches Hard Knocks. They're gonna have the Bills on there. She's gonna be like, they got Josh Allen, they got this, they got that.
And he's married to Haley Steinfeld. That happened this summer.
They just got married, and that's gonna be a big part of the show. So I feel like she's gonna be super committed to.
I'm all for that. I hope Haley Steinfeld is all over Hard Knocks because I'm a big Haley Steinfeld fan. If the chat didn't know that, Woody was Sports and You. Woody,
we support her.
Yeah, Haley. If anything were to happen between you and Josh Allen, I'm available.
Yeah, so I think Kaylee's gonna want to be a Bills fan, and I like the Bills because they remind me of Kentucky, like Bills Mafia, same as like Big
Sure.
Nation. There's some parallels there, but Kaylee's not going to Buffalo. When is Kaylee going to Buffalo?
Game 1.
I'm not going to Buffalo. I'm not going. So I don't know, Dan. I was hoping you'd have some advice for me on what I should do. If I should take, because I feel like I have to make a commitment before preseason game 1. Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah. You have to have a horse you're riding for the duration of the season. And I was actually very surprised when you brought this topic up because I thought it was established that Lewis's were going to Tampa.
I'm glad you said that because I want to make sure I wasn't a fraud. So I'm glad I've got that on record that I've been talking about this for a while.
Mm-hmm. I thought you bought a visor.
What's that?
I thought you bought a visor.
No, I bought a Tennessee Titans visor, which I sold in a yard sale.
So you've already offloaded your Titans gear.
Well, no, because I wore a Titans hat the other day when I was at the house. So I got.
Oh, you're like in shambles right now. What's going on?
Well, I was there when Tannehill beat Brady in the playoffs. I was at Tin Roof in Nashville, chanting "F Tom Brady" when he threw the pick six. His last throw was a New England Patriot. It was a pick six against the Titans in the
Yes, I remember
playoffs.
that out of the end zone. But now
I thought we were going to beat the Chiefs and go to the Super Bowl. We didn't. But like, you can't recreate those memories, you know.
Right.
And I feel like a fraud. I don't know, Dan. It's weighing heavy.
I mean, the Patriots, we're always looking for fans. Mike Vrabel's the coach.
I can't go from Vrabel to Vrabel. God bless.
But Tin Roof. So I am looking for a Sunday bar to watch games at. Tin Roof, is that the spot?
So I don't want to sound like a tourist. Broadway is Broadway. But Tin Roofs in general, maybe Amy or Chris can back me. Chris can't back me on this because Chris is a Tin Roof hater. Amy's a Tin Roof lover. Tin Roof is just an awesome place.
Okay.
And I'll tell this story. I'll tell on him while we're talking. No joke, there we were. Kentucky football game. I don't even know who we were playing. Maybe it was Tennessee. Maybe it was a FSC school. I don't know. FCS school. We were having a great time. We're all season ticket holders. So guess what? We're going to make it to a game. We have season tickets. We're like 5 hours from kickoff. We're like, hey, let's go to Tin Roof. They had a big tent set up, Tin Roof in Lexington. Let's go have some beers. Because we weren't tailgating that day. My dad, we didn't establish a tailgate. So let's go get some of their tater tots, get some beers. Let's celebrate with the fans because they had football playing. You would have thought my dad went to a penitentiary. He was so mad. Feel free to defend yourself in the chat, but that's what happened. And I hope Amy backs me on that. So he's not a Tin Roof guy. I'm a Tin Roof guy. I love Tin Roof. Tin Roof in Nashville is great. KSR, whenever they do the men's basketball SEC tournament, they always do a remote show.
They do a live from Tin Roof, Lexington.
So I'll let you know Tin Roof Nashville.
Oh.
So whenever they do that for next SEC tournament, you got to put in a pass and go to that.
All right. Yeah. I'll have to, think of my viral moment with KSR and Matt Jones so we can get Woody Lou Sports and You to go viral. We'll think of something.
I took my buddy Max from New Jersey to a remote show, and he won John Mayer tickets.
Wow.
that we famously left in the glove department of my parents' Jeep and didn't sell or go to or do anything with.
So Amy and Chris didn't get to use those tickets.
We got 2 John Mayer tickets no one used. We won them. Oh man, good time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, Braxton, I actually think that's a pretty good segue into our last ticker topic, and that is a question of, you left those tickets there. So did you abandon those tickets? Like, who has legal possession of those tickets? That might be a question you need to answer on the LSAT.
To the LSAT. So me and Kaylee, we're on like season 5 of Suits, and Meghan Markle's famous last show before she became a princess, and then decided she didn't want to be a princess.
I think her only show. I could be wrong.
You know what's crazy about, real quick, what's crazy about Meghan Markle is when we started the show Suits. If you haven't watched Suits, I highly recommend it on Netflix.
I haven't watched it. Everyone says they're shocked when they hear that I'm an attorney and I've never watched Suits.
I highly recommend it. It's just, as an attorney, you might hate it. It might be like being in the army and watching a war movie and just like cringing the whole time. But like, I think it's good. The thing about Suits is the first like 2 seasons, I thought Meghan Markle was great. And I was asking Kaylee, I was like, you know, she's plugged in. I was like, why do people hate on her for being a bad actress? Because like, I think she's really good. I love her. Her character sucks by the time you get to like season 3, season 4. And it's really funny to see the transition of her character just sucking so bad, and then her obviously leaving the show to be with Prince Harry, and pretty much I think the whole world, at least on social media, gives her a lot of flack, and it's kind of reminiscent of her character on the show. Anyway, been watching a lot of Suits. Me and Kaylee were talking on our trip, and I was like, you know, I always said I wanted to take the LSAT. This isn't even me talking about like I'm getting out of the army, I'm going to law school. That's like not even a thought. I'm just talking because on the show they talk about taking the LSATs a lot, because she's a paralegal, wants to take the thing, and the main character, took LSATs for people, and they're all talking about their 172s or 176s. I think it's out of 180. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're correct.
So I was like, you know, I always said I wanted to go to law school since I was like 16. I'm not even thinking about law school, but I kind of just want to take the test because I'm a good test taker. And I just want to see legitimately.
Just to see how you do.
Because I was thinking about you when you took the SAT after you'd already gotten your undergrad degree. You took the SAT because punishment for fantasy football.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Gavin, on winning last year's team. Trophies in the mail. About to sign up for next season. Draft's coming. Don't worry. Commissioners all over it. But we were talking about the LSAT, and I was like, you know, I want to take it. I want to see how I do. So, I mean, I've been taking this seriously.
Oh my goodness, you got a book.
Got a book. Really diving into it, and just to see what I'd get. And I think we're a sports show. A big part of sports is gambling. I think we need to set an over/under because I'm signing up for it. And the thing about signing up for the LSAT, this has probably changed since COVID, I would assume, is now it's a primarily displaced proctored, so you take it from your home. They still have dates. That's
weird to me.
They still have dates, but they want it to be home proctored. Remote is the word I was looking for. But they do offer it you still go in and take it in person. I'm going to have to do it in person. Georgia Southern, I already looked it up. Georgia Southern has a testing facility for the LSAT.
Nice.
So I got the book. I'm going to start diving into it. Still trying to decide on a date. I'm probably thinking, I think there's a January. There's a January and there's like a November were the two I was kind of more.
You that confident you'll be getting some studying done during football season with kid number 3 in time for January?
I don't think you know how serious I am about it. And I was going to get advice from you. I think the over-under, this was my initial thought. I want you to influence this. And I'd like to take unofficial wagers. Just, you know, if FanDuel or DraftKings wants to pick us up, we'll put a real line. Like 153.5, 152.
That's too low. That's too low.
Okay, so I got a 28 on my ACT.
Yep.
And I was talking to the Brigade Jag now. He told me that there's some study about how like your ACT, SAT, there's like there's a connection to that to your LSAT.
There is.
And when I told him my ACT, he thought I was in the like baseline, didn't study, just showed up like the 150-ish range. That was his take. So I don't know. I was thinking 152, 153 and a half.
I think a good over if you have that book and you're going to study and take practice tests, I would want to set the over under at 156, 157.
Well, here's the thing, Dan. If I get 159 or higher,
go to law school.
I might be going to law school.
You have money to go to law school.
Because I've been looking at the median LSAT score for a lot of these colleges I'd be interested in. Most of them sit around like 155 to 158 ish. So if I mess around and got like a 159 and I have a, I've been in the Army for 7 years. I have real world experience like that, coupled with that, with my degree. Like I think I could mess around getting like Alabama or
that'd be
Kentucky.
incredible.
That'd be nuts. That'd be a good bit on the show.
That'd be a great bit on the show.
Lou goes to law school.
If oh boy, Lou goes to law school, we'll start a web series. If you're interested in UK law school, I have a close friend that's an alumni.
UK would obviously, you would think, would be my top choice. I think I'd go to Alabama because it's getting clearer to me as my daughters are around the house saying roll tide that they're probably going to go to Alabama with their mom.
No influence from their mother there, right?
Right. So I'd almost I think it'd be easier for me to swallow that pill if I also was an alumni or alumnus of the institution in some degree. But yeah, I'm gonna take it. I haven't paid the 150 yet to sign up, but that's coming. That's going to be a bit on the show. We're going to talk about my progress. I'll take some of the practice tests.
We'll take some practice tests. We'll do a progress update. I'll quiz you on some questions for sure. And then I think we should also quiz you on some bar questions because that's ultimately, the end of the yellow brick road, so to speak, where the LSAT starts.
Do some mock bar questions of the night, see where my progress is getting me. I'm pretty sure the LSAT and the bar are not at all equivalent.
No.
Like the bar is legit law questions, and the LSAT is more like critical thinking.
You're right. You're pretty spot on there. But I think we can get you some practical experience right now in oral advocacy. In the chat, we have Mr. Chris Lewis responding to the story that was lobbed against him at the Tin Roof. And his argument for not liking it is loud as hell, 900 degrees in the tent, and skunked beer. Trash. Did he close it out with trash? I can't see the chat. Tin Roof in Lexington was trash.
So I'll say this.
So yes, counselor, you may respond.
He did not. Okay. I hope my mom's listening or she's in the chat.
She's number one right now, actually. Top fan.
Here's what really happened. Was it like a September game? It may have been a September game, so it may have been warm. Let's not confuse Lexington with Miami. So first off, let's throw that out there. There's climate. So it might have been, 88 degrees late September in Lexington.
What was the temperature in the tent?
Let me finish.
Okay.
Also, I'm starting to think I don't have anything in front of me, but I'm pretty sure they had the tent set up for heaters because it wasn't a warm game. But that's besides the point. We'll just go with his train of thought. Sure, it was hot and they set up a tent to make people more hot. I don't think that's what happened, but okay. What happened was my mom volunteered to cook food for the tailgate. He could not commit to what food was like, we're just going to show up, blah, 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 blah. So we get to Lexington. We parked in the orange lot. We end up going to Mellow Mushroom because it's near the stadium.
Good pizza.
We go and eat Mellow Mushroom. We're like, we don't really have anything else to do. I don't think we had any pre-purchased beer. We didn't have any coolers. Like we were really just kind of winked. Like typically our tailgates were a big to-do. We had everything you could possibly need for before the game, after the game, whatever. We didn't have that this game. So we go to Mellow Mushroom. We ate a good meal. Tin Roof was 2 blocks from Mellow Mushroom. We had 4 hours to kick off. Like 4 hours minimum. It may have been more. So we're like, hey, the obvious thing is let's go to the 2 blocks of Tin Roof. They have football on. Let's watch football. And we're talking, $3 Busch Lights, like cheap beer. Let's eat some food, some more food, some snacks, and let's watch football. Everyone was in a stellar mood. You would have thought someone shot my dad's puppy in front of him, and he just wanted to get back to the stadium. We get back to the stadium 3 hours before kickoff, and we're just sitting there. I remember my mom looked at us and said, now what? And then he just got pretty pissed off. So that's what happened. I don't know.
In your father's defense, he did chat. He may have pouted a little, to be honest. And everyone's supporting your story. It was October, November, and it was cold.
Yeah, it was loud, Dad. It was Tin Roof on a big college football Saturday. Guess what? The stadium you're going to is about to be a lot louder, hopefully. I mean, I don't know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? No, he's a good sport.
That was good. He is a good sport. That's funny. All right, Braxton.
My mom there.
Good Lewis family story at the Kentucky tailgate. I love it. I'm excited. I'm one thing I didn't mention in my life update, and we'll probably close with this as we're coming up on the hour mark. But I love how centrally located I am for football games and planning to go up to Lexington, Knoxville, Tuscaloosa. You shook your head at Tuscaloosa.
I shook my head at Knoxville.
Oh.
Neyland Stadium's there's no redeeming qualities of Neyland Stadium. I hope you're prepared to go to a bathroom that was built in the 40s and pee next to 20 guys in a trough. And 20 guys who are Tennessee fans, so they're not the most outstanding citizens in the United States.
Okay. I'll give a full review after my trip.
I'm sorry, I got to stop you right there. I know you want to close with this. I just got to comment on Tennessee.
Okay.
If you're plugged into SEC Media Days, you're looking at rosters, whatever. There is no reason. I'm going on record right now. There is no reason to believe Tennessee is going to be any good this year. They made the playoff last year as a very low seed, playing Ohio State, which they lost. They lose their quarterback. They do a college football trade somehow, and they get UCLA's quarterback, who had transferred to UCLA, never played UCLA, came to them. They don't have a running back, and Josh Heupel is a run-first coach, not a pass. They get all electric because they throw the ball long, but he's a run-first coach. There is nothing on their roster that suggests Tennessee's going to be any good, and somehow they keep getting picked very high. I just want to throw that out there. Don't be shocked when Tennessee wins between 7. I think their ceiling's 9 games. Does 9-3 get them in the playoff? Maybe depending on who they lose to, but I think 8 wins, 7 wins is the most realistic option for Tennessee. I just want to throw that out there right now on the record. Wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, and we'll get definitely college football preview, our picks.
That's
coming up. We are coming up on the hour, so we're going to close out. Thank you in the chat. I see you guys. Gavin, I am close for a golf match. I got to heal up my rib. That got a little fractured. So I'm not really doing the rotation, the golf swings, but when I'm all healed up, we'll get out there. That'd be a great time. And then we have Ryan McFadden who just joined. Thoughts on FSU this year. So stay tuned for future episodes, Ryan, and we will get into all of Woody Lou Sports News.
About 50 week 1.
Yeah. So again, sorry for the technical difficulties, but thank you for sticking with us. Like, subscribe, and share. Woody Lou, Sports, and you. Any final words, Braxton?
Love you guys. Thanks for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow along Spotify if you haven't yet. Thanks.
Have a great